there to fight for again. However, the NDC, inspired by sheer lawlessness, has been sending tax to district and regional coalition centers of the EC to force officials of the commission into declaring results in their favor, even when all due process had not been completed. In the Greater Accra region, on Monday, December 9, 2024, leading members of the NDC captured and locked up the regional office of the EC, where coalition for several parliamentary elections known to the public. Some of our parliamentary candidates and officials of the EC were either held at gunpoint or physically assaulted at various coalition centers by hoodlums of the NDC to force them to declare results in their favor in the following constituencies: Abankesiem North, Domeko Abenya, Okaikwe Central, Tema Central, Ahafano North, Obuasi East, Ahafano Southwest, Akotia, Suhum, Fantia Kwa North, Nsawa Adueji, Techiman South, and Awowin. For you to appreciate what transpired in these constituencies, I'll pause and invite our majority leader, Honorable Afenyo Mark.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, first of all, it is very important that the NDC, after winning power, will resort threaten party officials and threaten anybody they see as a threat, so-called. In Abankesiem North, for instance, the parliamentary candidate there is under siege. Yesterday, she had a sleepless night. All manner of persons were at her residence in search of pink sheets. The question is, why is the NDC so interested in destroying evidence? Why are they interested in capturing pink sheets to destroy them and set them ablaze? This woman, Madam Ekuya Afriye, had to run for her life. It took the timely intervention of the police to protect her and to drive these NDC hooligans away. Okaikwe Central, my respected colleague, Honorable Patrick Boama, is unable to sleep in his house because they are threatening him, thinking that he has a pink sheet at his residence. His constituency chairman is being looked for. His constituency secretary cannot sleep at home, all because they believe that these individuals have pink sheets. Why should a member of parliament fear for his life? All because he's participating in democracy. I would want to call on His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to stop his people, to speak to his party people. This is not democracy. This is not the democracy we've all worked hard for. The hypocrisy is becoming too clear day in, day out. All of us are being threatened. In my own constituency, for instance, they have now come out with a lie, and unfortunately some media personnel are following such lie to the extent that a certain NDC constituency vice chairman cannot be found. It's a lie. They are using that to incite their party foot soldiers to attack MPP members, including my very self. When NDC was in opposition, of course, before the election, they were the ones who were all over fighting for the rights of Ghanaians. Even when a due process in court was being served on them, they cried foul. Today, the NDC leadership pretends that what their party foot soldiers are doing are being done on their blind side. But they are indeed encouraging it. We are calling on civil society to call on the NDC leader are being promised juicy positions in government. And they are all over attacking parliamentary candidates. They are looking for pink sheets because they know that that is the evidence that we will use against them. If you go to Tema Central, for instance, the person who purportedly declared the Tema Central seat for the NDC candidate is not a returning officer for Tema Central. They called somebody to declare the result. When the rightful person who has taken an oath, who has deposed to an oath, sworn an oath to be the returning officer for the election, lawless, and because of that, even in spite of their winning, they are still proceeding to do this. At Obuasi East, our candidate was asked to choose between his seat and his life. He was locked up in his room at gunpoint and was forced to sign the final declaration, so-called declaration form. Why should such a thing happen? Is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama pretending not to be aware of all of these? All these things are happening before the media. The cameras are capturing all of these. And is this a country he wants to rule from 2025 to 2028? Akwetia is a similar spot where they know they've lost, they scatter the place, and that is what they've done. My colleague, the majority chief whip, Honorable Ano Dompre, is also under siege, where they know they have lost but prevented the coalition from happening. Why should it be? Like my respected colleague and General Secretary of the party indicated in his opening statement, Dr. Mahamadou Mahomia conceded defeat in less than 24 hours after election. Indeed, within 16 hours after the elections, when our own data showed that the elections were not going in our favor. We did not wait for the Electoral Commission to come out with a declaration. The practice has been that a losing candidate would normally wait for the Electoral Commission to finish, make the announcement, and then he would concede. On this occasion, because we had a perfect system, a reliable data system, and we had scanners across the country, our agents gave us feedback, and in the very night, by midnight, we knew that indeed things were not okay. By 9 a.m., we have put it out there that Dr. Baumia was going to address the nation. We did this in the interest of democracy. Why would the NDC, in an attempt to get 2/3 or more, going all over to destroy the country, destroy public properties, and even put fear and panic in the minds and hearts of our people who were candidates for the election? We call on the Electoral Commission to take immediate steps to reverse all these illegal declarations. Declarations that were not made out of properly collated results. Intervene. National headquarters should intervene. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission should intervene and respond positively to all the petitions brought before them and address these matters. We rest our case for now. General.
So just as the majority leader said, we are equally calling on the National Peace Council, National House of Chiefs, Christian Council of Ghana, Catholic Bishops Conference, our National Chief Imam, organized labor, civil society organizations, the diplomatic communities, to, as a matter of agency and for the sake of our cherished and enviable record as a country that has for over 32 years practiced multi-party democracy, to come out and condemn the lawlessness from the NDC. And we call on the president-elect, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, to call his people to order and also allow the Electoral Commission to do its job. At the end of the day, that is the beauty of democracy. You can't have it all. Is it the case that the NDC is telling us that we are not needed in the next parliament? What kind of country do we want to have? And we are also calling on you, the media. We have been to these centers. You've seen, with your naked eyes, you've seen the truth. Why are you not reporting? You are the forefront of government. You are supposed to let the people know what is happening. You are supposed to condemn the NDC. That this is not the kind of country we want to have. This is not the kind of state we want to have as a country. Are we having a revolution in this country? Why should we happen in this manner? So, as the majority indicated, we are waiting to hear from the Electoral Commissioner with its decision on these constituencies. I'll repeat it again. Dome Kwabenya, Ablekuma North, Okaikwe Central, Afano North, Afano Southeast, Obuasi East, Akwetia, Suhum, Fantiakwa North, Nsawadriji, Chiman South, and Aworin. And we are calling on the police that, Mr. IGP, the safety of this country is in your hands. Everybody is watching you. Everybody is counting on you. Let your men provide maximum security at all coalition centers so that the officers of the Electoral Commission can do their constitutional duty of making sure we have credible parliamentary candidate-elect or members of parliament in our next parliament. So we want to thank you for coming to our office this afternoon. Any adolf more, yes, Shamoha every day. Oh, MPP headquarters. Adukontia, yes, Shamo Ewaha. And it's a Sebi, Takabentam, to Trasama. Yenyamu Edisi form penny for. I shall Omomranti and Maba Kutupa. Say Omonia Basabasa, no Monia dia, and say Enfata or Memha. Yen said, Yakotu Abba Saturday, na de che pepepe ana MPP ye Franka Tuni Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bamia eye press conference e ka se abanwaje tuna ye hwe MPP ya ye resource ya collect na ye hu se ye ndi nkunim na kenu seka sa anama wo tu no kebe boa masundua ba omem ha se be ya ka yekoto abade bia attention wo mu no kebe ba fom na so okasa wie ye normal course wo mem ha NDC for chitafo ene na collation centers be bia ye nka aban wie ye Air Force Electoral Commission for baby wo mu di tuo esi Electoral Commission for mu di sekan esi wo so ebu edum se chinchina omu declare my NDC so mo win sa parliamentary seats no parliamentary seats American wasem eye domi kwa abenya Ablekuma North Okai Central Tema Central Afano North Obuasi East Afano Southwest Akwetia Suhum Fantia Kwa North Insawa Dredri Techima South and I will win Sebi Kabi mama kabi amemmo ene de ye adwuma wontimi nya ne nya 100% enti de wa win no na won saka de anya o de ade adent na beso de patapa asem ekogi film se obi a ene dia etsade o nyama ye hia wo majority a echeche mu se wo hwe no ma bi e course e wa do me kwa benya Electoral Commission PC to be announce dodo na NDC for ekose no ya ye pinsi kura ya ye koka dodo mo se no Ablekuma North electoral officer obumbe declare results eno so NDC for so mo mpene chinche om na edi nkunim ho abaye collect results ne kura enwiye Tema Central omko share electoral commission return officer or Tema Central say chinche na declare man o so ntimi nye efise nya mra no o ntimi nye no makofa obi a what Tema West so only me declare results Emma Tema Central enyan ma tibida
figures
Ablekuma North kwade no many figures ana mo say e declare amuhu TV so say Sam George ena otiko mo ena gina ho amugina electoral commission officer say enchen ena mo kire no regional chairman mo kire ne say won declare results say obi a wo ye parliamentary candidate e won ningo pram e de na begina Ablekuma North and I watch Okai Central and Ablekuma North return officer Juma one who no de akoto sa officers no so it was just a normal course na e say be that course across the country Obuasi is yemra se be no or parliamentary candidate and this is fortunate share them allocate down no to say what no answer nkwa ene owo de na ope na sabi o ma peni jomama o ma peni oba jomama oye no firi menye ye efise ne mante ne mabawa ene omo ye sa adwuma no a o hwe nkofo mo pa appointment ona mamomu a omo de di animu ese efo obi se basintali se basintali se debe omo nya ka na omo ye sa no ma no na sabi peni bi nsi omachi a omatima sa ade no all in attempt say oh your person nya 2 terms in parliament na ye wi asesa constitution no say be aru ama obeko 8 years enu tin and this for desperate various collection centers omo yes to asem no na ka say be kenya sa wonya majority dada nti do person oye bia no betima yin ti dem bent na aka wa omanya abrese tinchina wo person munya 2 terms aden oman den ye durunti a NDC for person omo yes ade ese o man no enti na sa akonya so e catch electoral commission say omunjira pentem commissioners omo ho baby NDC for the patapa no to asem akogina say omo sesa results no they should reverse it and do the right thing I think for the sake and sanctity of our democracy say be ye kan mam ka bia mamu no e be konanim ye ra dampare say the Ghana e wo tiri so ye be to aba wo free political parties twice when you share say asunje baba abatu nim baby wa okra mrante ni gina ho na obi afro say you should stand down na police for atwo mu afro na ka NDC for nko a no intimidating crowd say be o man ben the person chechire ye MPP say be basa ade a ye so Nemum, sa konya ya ye dia mama ye can say. So man yes I do ya emboy nyina. People will not say that yan transi ema ba ya koto a ye wini a this phone pen say ye wini no. Omo chinchim yensa. Ye first I konya also as peace councils. Say bumu na asundue ewo mo ho. No me ekosunya mohu. Peace council for Monkasa. There be na moka. Yes, sir, Christian community. Yes, sir, Muslim community. Leaders or more. No me ekosu. Eye mo fe. Eye mo de. International communities or more. No me ekosu. Eye mo fe. Eye mo de. Say be more central for more. Monka no kre. No me ekosu. Are you happy about it? Eye mo fe. Eye mo de. Centrality me call who say no ma born ekosu pa. No ye fro so wanka. San ye pese o chechiro man.
Call them irate youth, then they don't even want to mess.
Sana ye chechiro man. Na muti radio so at TV so. NDC for a bonnet, Moso Sebi, am not telling my bow be and a yes to trust him. I'm not telling my bow how many political parties. Sebi MPP, a control by Anye, ya lose no, ben to trust him. I ya dear to my tea baby. Tia Sremo, a person now to the Ocoso. Now be adna no tomb say, Sa constituency 30 year my body. NDC for Emma Quine, na electoral commission for no, and yet the Sefata. Ye we are said Ghana and Edin Kunim. Momo nya de basabasa bebo memha. And the patapani to trust ma, or modima MP petita phone, and so munjai. And then the first time I NDC uni lessons were Ghana, or MPP elusive lessons were. By the end of the day, no, a man no, a can't conyesh. And they should remember that power is transferred. Say between me and Tabako. 2 minutes and Tabako. Central for Mamunche. The SNDC for a channel. That should be almost so haba. Ye catch them, the SNDC for trust. A man trans man come from man to no man condemn one. Say that should be the power necessary. More be a mother coming before. To any footwear, ye did my I said the econo. It took to be a tree. Now soon dream about memoir. Ne Juma, SCA, near Juma. After so your best say, Eastern region, or my said no more near China. Police for Emma Bambo and Coho. Na omuntimi o madwuma se be wi a asundwe beba. Na efrema na asemeda e da munyina mase.
Please.
Thank you very much. My name is Mr.
Yes, sir.
We'll have the president-elect, the general secretary of the NDC, and also the deputy general secretary.
Right.
They said they have not authorized anyone to go around.
Right.
And whatever they are doing, that's on their own account. What else do you want them to do after coming out to you? What else do you want them to do?
Indeed, it is our claim that they, the leadership, are the ones who are organizing these gentlemen and to do this. And in fact, they organize them, they buzz them, they fuel them, and they are doing it for their benefit, and they know that. That is why we describe their actions as hypocritical, double standard. You send your proxy to act in your state. You benefit from it, but the consequences thereof, you don't want to take responsibility. It's pretense. And that is why we are calling on the president-elect, President John Dramani Mahama, that he has already soiled his hands with the blood of innocent Ghanaians. The president-elect, even proud to the swearing in, has already soiled his hands with the blood of innocent Ghanaians. The peace of this country is so important, is so critical, that should be his responsibility. That's all I want to say. Thank you very much.
Now in the policing center, NDC including MP, which means go from Eco PMO Elmo Abano, Eco Tintin, easy official money, set one declare about Bambo
for police for Edigan and Yambo. Sir Wabakaya, NDC for the past 2 years was one pair a soldier for, one pair a soldier for, one pair a soldier for. No military at the collation center, no military at the police station. Now it is clear that they rehearse their plans. No one you bono one it trim. Into what soldier for there, soldier for Bogana for Huban. Into the worker the no soldier, no soldier, no soldier. Because the when you are warrior, when you are the police, they can take advantage of the police. So it's not obvious. And Ghana for you Saint Internet NDC for so one pay military during the election. And then of course the military had to stay back. All elections are here in Ghana. Military, police work together. They were at the polling centers and at collation centers where Nimpobonibia near Tumunda Oba collation center. On this occasion, because the police and some areas, prison officers and immigration officers, they were helpless because the NDC had rehearsed what it wanted to do, not to even accept the result, and they thought that they were going to lose the elections. Now that they've won, they want to still unleash the mayhem on innocent Ghanaians. And it is the responsibility of the president-elect. I repeat, he has soiled his hands with the blood of innocent Ghanaians. And it is not enough to tell his people that what they are doing is illegal or criminal. He ordered them. They take decisions at their party headquarters. He is the leader of their party and he knows about it. So His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, the General Secretary Fifi Kwete, the National Chairman Mr. Sedun Katia, these four men, these four gentlemen of this country should know that they are responsible for all the actions of their foot soldiers. All of us are being threatened. All of us are receiving calls, and they know why they are doing that, including members of parliament who are leading these young men and inspiring them. But I have one message for NDC. I'm not a prophet. I'm not a seer. I am an ordinary Ghanaian with my naked eyes. I tell them this. Tomorrow, these young men that you are arming to attack MPP will turn on you. NDC should take this from me. Today, I'm not being prophetical. I'm not a seer. But I can assure you, the NDC leaders, that these young men that you are unleashing on MPP, I give you maximum 1 year. They will turn on you. The guns you have bought for them, the machetes, they will chase you with the same machetes. Because you will not be able to satisfy them. If you ask them to go and kill for you to go to parliament, if you ask them to inflict machete wounds on an innocent person, bear in mind that you are going to pay and pay and pay. You can't finish paying them. They will chase you in parliament. They will chase you at the ministries. They will blackmail you and would all be in this country. I'm not being prophetic, but it is going to happen. Yes, sir. Oh, this man is already up. Let's listen to him. Yes. Opening, show, baby. So what to obey we are now we declare we are. It's not enough. The returning officer no or signing the rate of elections. No, Zako Electoral Commission headquarters and Sanawako Gazette. All those processes won't go through. And they are invoking a certain provision in the law that when 70% or 75% is declared that Wotum go ahead. They are being very myopic with the understanding of the law. Young for non-Christian, they are only trying to make themselves happy. But I believe that the Electoral Commission is what's one another. But let me take this opportunity to also say something. I've been watching TV3. TV3, I respect TV3 as a media house. I know they've been doing their civic duties. But TV3, please.
Sam George, and Otikonomo, and the General Mujra Electoral Commission officer and chain, and a more channel, regional chairman, or more channel say, won't declare results. Said, will be our parliamentary candidate, I want to go pram. Then I beg now, Abankesiem, and I will check, Okalpe Central, and Abankesiem, return officer Juma one year. A woman of their quarters officers, no so. It was just a normal course now. It said be that across the country. Obwas is Yamra Sebediano or a parliamentary candidate. And this is fortunate share them. I locate down a person to say, what if you know on side? Don't quack and woo, then no pay. Nasabi or my penny, your mamma, or my penny about your mamma, or you know from any year. If you said, the man said in my bower and or more yes, Edumano. Ah, o thank for more power appointment or na mama o mo de di animu e say for be say basintali say basintali say debe o mo nya ka o mo yes anoma no na say be pani bi nsi o machi a o mati mai sa de no all in attempt say oh your person nya 2 terms in parliament na ye wi asesa constitution no say be aru ama obeko 8 years enu tin and this for desperate various collection centers o mo yes to asem no na kasebe kenya sa wanya majority dada nti do pese oye bia no betimi ayi ti dem bent na aka wa o manya abrese tintina mo pese munya 2 tests aden o man den ye durunti a NDC for pese o mo yesa de ese o man no nti na sa akonya so e catch electoral commission sa o mo nyira pentem commissioners o mo ho ba bia NDC for e de patapa no to asem akogina o say o mo sesa results no they should reverse it and do the right thing. I think for the sake and sanctity of our democracy. Say, by your Kabimam Kabia Memon, Abakonanim. You're right, you're a dampare. Say, Ghana, Ewo Truso. You ever talk about for political parties twice. When you shake, as I said, as soon as you about to them. Baby, or crowd, man, tell it now, no be from say you should stand down. Now, police for you more for, now, can this from Kwa. No intimidating call for. Say, your man, bend your person at ye MPP se bi basa ade a ye so na mom sa konya ya ye dia mama ye kan se so man ye sa de ya embo ye nyina MPP will not say that ye transi e ma ba ya koto a ye wini a NDC fo panim se ye wini no omo chinchim yensa ye fa sa konya so as peace councils se bi mo na asundwe e wo mo ho no ma ekoso nya mohu peace council for monkasa de be na moka. Yes, sir, Christian community. Yes, sir, Muslim community. Leaders are more. No more cost. Ayamofe. Ayamode. International communities are more. No more cost. Ayamofe. Ayamode. Say the more central for more. More can you pray? No more cost. Are you happy about it? Ayamofe. Ayamode. Centrality me call who's a normal bonnet cost of power. No year for us one car. Send your person your church of mine.
Call them irate youth. Then they don't even want to make
Sana, your church of mine. Na multi radio so at TV so NDC for bonne mo so say am not telling my about bi and yes to trasem no am not telling my about omni political parties say be MPP e kwato aba anye yi ya ye lose no e be na kwa to trasem aya dia to my tie baby tie sremo e pese mo nyina mo te de ekoso na obi ade na no tum say sa constituency 30 year amabode NDC for emma kwan na electoral commission for no enye de sefata ye wi a se bi Ghana na edi nkunim momo nya de basabasa be ba mem ha ene patapa ni tutu asema omode ma MPP chitafon enso mu njai ene first time and this win elections for Ghana ha or MPP win elections wa by the end of the day no your man no e kan kwa ne hwe and they should remember that power is transferred say between me and enter baako 2 minutes enter back central for mamunche nie the SNDC for each channel that should be almost so haba ye catch them the SNDC for channel say man trans man come for man want to no man condemn wa say that should be the power necessary mo bia ma be ka bi foforo ti woni afutu a ye de ma ye nyina say de ekono etu okotu be bia twe na asundwe mba omamua na adwuma a ese ye adwuma afro so ye besre Eastern region oma sese ne omo ye na ekira nyina police for ema bambo enko na omuntimi ne omadwuma se ebewie a asundwe beba na efrem a na asemeda edam nyina amase.
Please.
Thank you very much. My name is Mr.
Yes, sir.
We've had the president-elect, we've had the general secretary of the NDC, and also the deputy general secretary.
Right.
They said they have not authorized anyone to go around.
Right.
And whatever they are doing, that's on their own account. After that, what else do you want them to do after coming out?
Indeed, it is our claim that they, the leadership, are the ones who are organizing these gentlemen and to do this. And in fact, they organize them, they buzz them, they fuel them, and they are doing it for their benefit, and they know that. That is why we describe their actions as hypocritical, double standard. You send your proxy to act in your stead. You benefit from it, but the consequences thereof, you don't want to take responsibility. It's pretense. And that is why we are calling on the president-elect, President John Dramani Mahama, that he has already soiled his hands with the blood of innocent Ghanaians. The president-elect, even proud to the swearing in, has already soiled his hands with the blood of innocent Ghanaians. The peace of this country is so important, is so critical, that should be his responsibility. That's all I want to say. Thank you very much.
Na in the coalition center, NDC Melbourne, including MP, which means we go from Eco PMO Elmo Abankesiem, Eco Teaching, easy official money, set one declare about Obeka said
Bambo for police for Edigan and Yambo. Sir Wabakaya, NDC for the past 2 years, what's one pair a soldier for, one pair a soldier for, one pair a soldier for. No military at the collation center, no military at the police station. Now it is clear that they rehearse the advance. No one you bono won it trim. Into what soldier foot there, soldier football Bogana for Huban. Into the worker the no soldier, no soldier, no soldier. Because no one are warrior. When you the police they can take advantage of the police. So it's not obvious. And Ghana Funine Saint Chintan NDC for so one pay military during the election. And then of course the military had to stay back. All elections are here in Ghana. Military, police work together. They were at the polling centers and at collation centers where Nimpoboni be near Tumunda Oba collation center. On this occasion, because the police and some areas, prison officers and immigration officers, they were helpless because the NDC had rehearsed what it wanted to do, not to even accept the result, and they thought that they were going to lose the elections. Now that they've won, they want to still unleash the mayhem on innocent Ghanaians. And it is the responsibility of the president-elect. I repeat, he has soiled his hands with the blood of innocent Ghanaians. And it is not enough to tell his people that what they are doing is illegal or criminal. He ordered